This is former North Korean diplomat Thae Yong Ho speaking. It has been 2 months since Inter-Korea Summit and 3 weeks since the US-North Korea Summit, but North Korea continues to drag along the process of denuclearization. Mr. Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State of US, will visit North Korea from 5th of July. Nonetheless, nobody knows how the steps of denuclearization are going to fold out. Through the Inter-Korea and US-North Korea Summit, it seems that Kim Jong-un had succeeded to change US-South Korea's original principle of denuclearization first, then the dialogue, to the format of trust first, then denuclearization. No one can deny that Kim Jong-un's strategy of using his madman's tactics in the nuclear and ICBM arms race, making the US and South Korea thirsty for peace and eventually covering the demands for denuclearization using peace initiatives, has indeed achieved its initial success. Now, Kim Jong-un is trying to delay the denuclearization process by applying defocusing tactics such as the repatriation of the remains of US soldiers, the closing of a missile engine test site, and accelerating inter-Korean relations in order to gradually reduce economic sanctions. But it will not always be so easy for Kim Jong-un to sell his defocusing tactics. As we have been able to see in this World Cup, the first goal during the first half does not always bring victory to that team. Time is not on Kim Jong-un's side. Nowadays, the North Korean media is encouraging its people to march forward for the great celebration of September 9th, the founding day of North Korea. At the same time, Kim Jong-un is paying site visits to Galma marine tourism construction sites and the China-North Korea border areas in order to boost economic construction. These aforementioned economic policies are only implementable with better engagement with the outside world. Naturally, Kim Jong-un's domestic policy is now moving towards dependency on external engagement. Without the help of China and South Korea, Kim Jong-un's current economic policy will struggle to be successful. As for the North Korean people, they expect that the latest summits will normalize the export of coal, mineral oil, and seafood, and the return of overseas North Korean workers. According to a North Korean source, these kinds of expectations have boosted Kim Jong-un's popularity in the country. When Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il were in power, the popularity of the supreme leader was unshakable. The fact that the supreme leader's popularity rises with the improvement of the economy and the people's lives and falls with the implementation of economic sanctions proves that North Korea is no longer isolated and separated from the outside world. Kim Jong-un is well aware that over the next few months, his popularity will be dependent on the lifting of economic sanctions and the improvement of the lives of the North Korean people. Since the summit, Both U.S. and South Korean governments have made various confidence-building measures based on the agreements with Kim Jong-un. If Kim Jong-un continues to delay the denuclearization process by only focusing on side issues, then it won't be long until anti-Kim Jong-un sentiments rise again in America and South Korea. This can be seen by the recently introduced North Korea Policy Oversight Act of 2018, a bipartisan effort which led to a legislation that requires a report on the negotiation process for denuclearization every 30 days. I imagine that Kim Jong-un is now picturing a scene when he extends an invitation to President Moon Jae-in to come to Pyongyang this autumn, which will diffuse the demands for denuclearization while raising his popularity again. If Kim Jong-un wants to sustain his popularity in North Korea, he should at least respond to the U.S. and South Korean governments with goodwill by delivering a basic roadmap of North Korea's denuclearization process. At the same time, the U.S. and South Korea should make it clear to North Korea that they will not accept any denuclearization process without a concrete timetable, and no economic sanctions will be lifted unless there is a genuine sign of denuclearization from North Korea.